Hello, I ain't done one of these videos in a while, but oh well. So what am I talking about today? Well, just look at the title. What if Tim Burton had directed Batman Forever? As we all know, Batman Forever was directed by Joel Schumacher, who also went on to do the follow-up Batman and Robin. Ugh. What was that film all about? They were thinking about toys for kids, weren't they? But I digress, let's get back onto the topic at hand. But before we get onto that, I just want to say Batman Forever was actually a decent film. And if any of you have seen those deleted scenes like I have, you'll know that if they'd have put them into the actual film, it would have been a lot better. But let's get back to what would have happened if Tim Burton had directed it. You know, stuck around after Batman Returns. For starters, I think he'd have thrown out most of the story. Especially that brain-stealing crap. What was that all about? And those aforementioned deleted scenes that I was talking about, they would have been in the actual film. But that's probably what the whole film would have been about. Bruce Wayne deciding whether or not to carry on as Batman. And it would have most likely got Michael Keaton to return. And Danny Elfman, who did 2 epic scores with the first 2 films. Instead of Elliot Goldenthal. He did alright, but some of it was awful. It sounded like somebody putting the nails down a blackboard. And maybe, just maybe, he'd have brought back Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. And maybe, just maybe, made her an ally as well. I just recently watched Dark Knight Rises. Now the question remains, would he have brought in Robin? I think he would have, but made the character a lot younger. Just like in the comic books. But another big question, who would have been the villains? I'm not so sure he'd have kept the Riddler, but definitely Two-Face. However, as good as Tommy Lee Jones is, I don't think he'd have been playing the character. Although I can't really see Billy D. Williams reprising that role. But we'll never ever know. But one thing is for certain, I doubt he'll have done a Batman and Robin. And he certainly wouldn't have done it the way Joel Schumacher did. Because let's face it, Tim Burton was the executive producer on Batman Forever, but not for Batman and Robin. So maybe he did have some influence on the 3rd film, but certainly not the 4th. And it shows. And something tells me that those scenes that were deleted were his idea. Joel Schumacher, you should have kept them in. But anyway, that's me done. I'd like to hear your thoughts on what I've just been talking about. What do you think Tim Burton would have done had he directed Batman Forever? Leave all that in the comments below. It's time for me to go. Until the next time, peace out. Anyway, I've had Harley for 2 weeks now and I've decided to share with you what he has done to change my life. And there's 2. I'm a nervous wreck because of him. Pacific Rim is one of those rare movies that you enjoy despite it being saturated with special effects. I give this film a, but no biscuit because Ron Perlman was surprisingly bad for once. Jess is having a run around. Get off my jeans! Oi! Get off. He thinks jeans are for playing with and they're not. Get off. Stop it. Go poop and peep. And if you've ever seen the I have a puppy.